Hello everyone, I am Dr. Abhinav, and in this video today we'll see about how to clear FMG exam in one go. That is how to clear your foreign medical graduate exam in your first attempt. Okay, I'll tell you all the details needed. Everything will be covered in this video, so watch till the end. Okay, now let's start. So first we'll see about the exam itself. So FMGE is Foreign Medical Graduate Exam, also called as MCI screening exam. So this exam, to clear this exam, you will have to score at least 50% of the marks. That is, the exam is for 300 marks, and then you will at least have to score 150 marks. Okay, so there is no negative marks in this exam. So 300 questions, 300 marks, and 300 minutes to clear the exam. Okay, so your aim is to score at least above 150. So even if you score 149, you are considered as fail. So 140, think like 149 is equal to 0. Even if you score 0 or even if you score 149, there is no change in this exam. Both of them are failed. Only if you score 150 or above, you are passed. Okay, and for this exam they have given some blueprint like 30 questions will be asked from medicine, 30 will be asked from surgery. There's nothing like that. There's absolutely nothing like that. Okay, each and every time the blueprint that is there that they are asking in the exam is completely different. For example, in my exam there were 60 questions, at least 60 questions from obstetrics and gynecology, but in blueprint it was given only 30 questions or 28 questions will be asked from obstetrics and gynecology. So you may get any number of questions from any subject. So that is why it is very important to study all the 19 subjects, and not like, it's not like if you study 10 subjects you are going to pass. No, nothing. It's like you'll have to know all the 19 subjects. Okay, and yes, the syllabus is 19 subjects. That is all the subjects that you have been studying from your first year till your final year. Questions from all the subjects are supposed to be asked in the exam. Okay, now if you see recently, the difficulty level of FMG exam is getting higher and higher. Now that they are asking a lots of image based questions, lots of case based questions, and so students have to change their mentality. It's not like one liners that were asked like before. So now the question pattern has been completely changed, and so you should be aware of it, and it is necessary to prepare harder. Okay, so now the next thing is that you may ask, like, after graduating from your medical school, for clearing the FMG exam, should I join any coaching center, or should I purchase any online apps? The answer is yes. If you want to pass in your first attempt, I would say join a coaching center or buy any app. Okay. So online apps, PrepLadder, Marrow, all those apps are well known. So when should you start preparing for FMG exam? So try to start preparing from your pre-final year. Okay, that is, if you are studying 5 years for medicine, start your preparation in fourth year itself. Okay, fourth year, since that you can't go to any coaching classes, buy these online apps, either Marrow or PrepLadder, and there are lots of offers that have been going on, especially for the foreign medical graduate students, so you can make use of it also. So start in the fourth year or fifth year itself. Okay, so that when you graduate, you can write the FMG exam as soon as possible and clear the exam also in the first attempt. Okay, now another advantage of going to a coaching center or buying these apps is that most of us will have plans to write NEET PG later, or the INICET exams. So these for these exams, if you have taken coaching already, then it is going to be very easy for you to prepare for this NEET PG and INICET exams. Okay, since that you have already studied for your FMG exam, then it is easier for you compared to the Indian graduates to prepare for NEET PG or the INICET INI CET. Okay, so that's also an advantage for you. So there are other categories of students, okay, who say that I've not studied anything in my 5 years of MBBS. Will I be able to clear my FMG exam? Yes, you can. You will have at least 6 months gap from your time of graduation to writing your FMC exam. So within this time, the preparation that you do is enough to clear the exam. So do not worry. What you can do is that as soon as you have graduated, you join any coaching center or buy. I would suggest not to buy any apps after clearing the after graduating, especially if you have not studied anything in your medical school, because apps are going to take you some extra time. Okay, so if you think that you can sit for like 12 hours 14 hours a day and you can study wholeheartedly, then you can buy these apps. But if you think that you can't stay for longer than 6 hours or 7 hours, then I would say like it's quite difficult for you to complete all the topics. Rather that what you can do is that you can buy the rapid revision that is available in these apps and make use of it. Even the rapid revisions, at least 200 questions from rapid revision are usually coming in the FMG exams. So that is also an advantage for you. So I'll tell you now how to prepare and how to clear the exam in the first attempt itself. What are the strategies that are used? What are the strategies that I used to clear the exam in my first attempt? Okay. So now either you have joined a coaching center or bought any apps, that's up to you. But you have to stick to one source, only one source. Okay, what I mean by that is if you have joined to coaching center, wholeheartedly study what they are giving. If you have got an app, wholeheartedly study what they have given. It is not advisable to join a coaching center also buy an app, combine both things, study. No, that doesn't work. Choose one source and go for it. That is the best thing that you can do. Okay, studying or writing all the notes doesn't mean that you have prepared everything. It's usually 40-40-20 method. What I mean by that is if you have completed writing all the notes, then you have prepared 40%. If you have completed all the MCQs, if you have done lots and lots of MCQs, that is another 40%. That is another 20% is that your revision. So 40% of the notes, 40% of MCQs, and 20% revision adds up to 100% preparation. Only if you have done all these things, then you can say that you are ready for the exam. Okay. So if when you have to do MCQ is that you will take notes in the same day or the next day, solve MCQs from that topic. So you go parallelly. So those things stays in your mind for a long time. Okay. My first advice was to choose one resource only. Next advice is to take notes and also solve MCQs. Okay. Then the third advice would be start with a difficult subject. Start with a subject that you think you are not good in. That if you think that you are weak in pathology, so start with pathology. Don't leave it for last minute, because whatever you start first, that is going to be there in your mind for a long time. And another advantage is that it is also going to give you a mental confidence that you are not weak in any subject. Okay, so start with a difficult subject. Start with a subject which you think it's difficult for you. That gives you a mental advantage, and that is very important while clearing any exam. Okay, then now that you have graduated, you have joined coaching center or bought an app, and you have started using one resource only. You are full-fledgedly going through it, and you are taking notes, solving MCQs, and revising it again and again. And you have started with a difficult subject or a subject which you did not know. Then the next thing to do is after studying at least let's say 10 subjects, now what you have to do is you will have to give grand test, that is give mock exams, that is sample exams, that is like give 300 marks exam that contains all the 19 subjects. Okay, then only if you give that exam you will know where you are standing. Okay, So if you get 150 in that subject in that mock exams, then you know that you will have to improve a little bit. You will have to study a bit harder, and you should also prepare more effectively. But if you are getting like 190, then you know that you are in the danger zone, and you will have to do something. You will have to prepare a lot harder. You should extend your study hours. You should work 100% harder than that you have been working. Okay, so giving mock exams tells you that where you are standing. Okay, so don't give too many mock exams in one time. After you are completing 10 subjects, give first mock, then complete another 2 more subjects, then give another mock exam. And when you have completed all the 19 subjects, after that you should have given at least 2 to 3 mock exams. Okay, so that you know where you are standing, and it will be really helpful for you. For me, it was really helpful giving those mock exams. And another thing is that not just giving mock exam is enough. You will also have to read the explanations, why know that what wrong you have done and what correction should you do, and see which subjects you are weaker in, which topics you are weaker in, and go through the topics again and again. It's really helpful. Okay. Then the next thing is that, as I said before, do not leave any subject. I've heard people saying that if you study 10 subjects or 12 subjects out of 19 subjects, you can get 150 and you can clear the exam. That doesn't happen. Okay. The thing is that, as I said earlier, the blueprint for this exam is not constant. It is always changing. Okay. So you may think that you have studied 12 subjects and you can pass. So you would have left medicine and obstetrics, for example. Then you go to the exam, you see that there are 60 questions from obstetrics and 50 questions from medicine. So what you are going to do? It's like already 110 questions that you have not studied. Okay, so that it's really important to study all the 19 subjects. But if you don't have time, I would say do not leave any subject. Do not leave any subject. You just go through it. At least have a general idea. Okay, you must have at least a general idea about that subject. You should not be zero in anything. Okay, every subject you should have some idea. If you don't have time, prepare prepare at least maximum that you can. Okay, then the subjects which you don't have time to prepare, just go through it. Don't leave any subject. You must have at least some idea, because the exam nowadays are not like directly coming from one subject. It is hugely like incorporated. They are collaborating 2 to 3 subjects. They are collaborating pathology, physiology, and asking a question from medicine. Okay, so you must have a general knowledge about every subject that is given, that is being asked for this exam. Okay, so as I said before, revision is really important. If you don't revise, then it's absolutely waste of writing all the notes. Okay, you should revise at least 3 times before you are giving the actual exam. So as I said before, it's 40-40-20. Once you have completed taking all the notes, you have 40% prepared. Once you have completed all the MCQs, you are another 40% prepared. Once you have revised 3 times, then you are another 20% prepared, which means that it's 100% and you are ready to give the exam. Okay. Then another very important thing is that while studying, there are thousands and thousands of new and updated informations, and there are subjects, topics which go very deep. You don't have to study everything. Okay, you may get lured into all those new things, new topics. You may think that what if the question comes from this? No, don't think like that. You take notes. You have one resource. You stick to it. Okay, any information comes, you don't have to dwell on it, just know it generally. Okay, but the main thing is that you will have to go through the notes, same notes again and again and again. Don't keep adding points to your notes. Okay, so it will just make your notes bulkier, and when you want to revise, it will be like very difficult for you. So stick to your notes. Whatever you have written, study it again and again. Okay, revision is very important, and it is going to really help you in the actual exam. And solving MCQs is also as important as revising, because only when you solve MCQ you will get that attitude of solving questions. Okay, so without doing MCQs, it's very difficult for you in the real exam, because you won't have that speed of mind. You won't have that presence of mind of answering the questions. And some questions, more than medical concepts, it will be just like more of general knowledge questions. With general knowledge, you can answer those questions. For all those things, you will need to solve MCQs, practice it, and you will have to identify if they are really asking it from a medical point of view, or if they are asking it just from a general point of view. There are lots of things. The only thing you can do is write notes, solve MCQs, revise. Write notes, solve MCQs, revise. This is really important. And yeah, stick to the high yield topics. Don't go too deep, or don't dwell too much into other topics. So, and if you have any doubts, there are lots of teachers in Telegram groups as well. You can contact them and ask them also, or you can contact our Telegram channel, and we would help you as much as possible. Okay, and then another thing is that when you start preparing for the exam, you absolutely avoid Facebook, Instagram, and all those kind of distractions that you get. Okay, you may think that okay, I'll just do it for 10 minutes or 15 minutes, but it doesn't be like that. Usually when people start using Facebook, they tend to lose concentration, and 15 minutes will become 20, 20 will become 30. So it's better that you absolutely avoid all those things. Okay, when you start preparing, when you start sitting for the exam, when you start preparing, just don't have any distractions. Okay, quit Facebook, quit Facebook, quit Instagram. Keep your phone aside. Give your 100% in this exam, because it's just going to be a 6 months or 5 months of preparation. And once if you have cleared the exam, then you will have all the time to do those things. Okay. For now, give your 100%, because the important thing is that you are watching this video because you want to pass the exam in your first attempt. Okay. If you want to do that, then it's better to avoid all those kinds of distractions. Okay, and then while studying, you should also have your food. Okay, food properly, should have adequate amount of sleep, because how much ever you study, the recovery time is really important. You should sleep well, get recovered yourself, and then so that you can study for the next day also. Okay, so whatever I have told is that you start your preparation with a coaching center or apps. Stick to one resource, then revise it again and again. Okay, then while revising, you should also solve the MCQs. Take notes, solve MCQs, revise. Take notes, solve MCQs, revise. That is how it goes. Okay, and after clearing, after studying 10 subjects, you start giving grand test. Then after completing all the 19 subjects, you should have given at least 3 grand tests. That is really important. And don't leave any subjects. As I have said before, try to have a general idea, at least in the subjects where you don't have time to study. Okay, then remember about the 40-40-20 method. And then revision is very important, as I've said before. And don't try to read all the things. Okay, read whatever is there in your notes, and know it by heart. Keep yourself thorough. Okay, then also avoid social apps, and then have your food, have your sleep properly. So I think it's a long video, I know. So with all these things, I'm 100% sure if you follow all these things, you are going to clear your exam in your first attempt itself. Now, if you have any doubts regarding the exam or any subject topic wise also, you could share it in the comment section, or I've also added the Telegram channel. You can join our channel, and then you can ask the doubts there also. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you guys. All the best.